I just completed a thru hike of the Pacific Crest Trail with zero training. But if I had, here's what I would have done. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are talking about training for a thru hike. Now, if you are thinking about a long distance trek, you're probably wondering how to get ready without it turning into a full-time athlete training situation. Well, I'm here to give you a few practical tips on how to prep for the trail without overcomplicating things. It's time for a confession. I did not train for the PCT beforehand. Now that comes with a big caveat. I'm a trail runner, sometimes ultra marathon runner, and I keep a base-ish level of running fitness. So I was not hitting the trail from absolutely no physical preparedness whatsoever. However, I did not specifically train for the PCT. I did not do anything different than I normally would have to prepare for the PCT, which was fine, and we'll get to that. But next time, I probably would have been a little bit more purposeful in my training. So first things first, get comfortable with your pack. This is your new home away from home. So start by loading it up with a realistic weight and taking it out for walks. It doesn't have to be on a crazy trail. Just get used to the feeling of having it on your back because you're going to be carrying this day in and day out. And trust me, the sooner you get comfortable with it, the easier it's going to be on the trail. This is the Nashville Pack Cutaway that I used on the PCT. I actually used 3 of them. I started with a 20 liter, which was hilariously small. Immediately knew I was going to want something bigger, so switched to the Cutaway 30 liter. And then near the end of the trail, Nashville Pack launched this pack with the Alula, I think it's pronounced, fabric, and asked if I would be interested in testing it on trail. And the answer was obviously yes. So anyway, I went through 3 packs. We'll talk about that in a later video. But make sure that you load up your pack and get used to it, what it feels like, how it comes on, how it goes off. It'll make a big difference once you're on the trail. And while we're on the topic of getting used to adjusting your pack as well, find out what feels comfortable, where the strap should sit, how to adjust the load lifters, and so on. This small bit of practice in advance is going to save you a lot of discomfort later. If you're ever unsure of how to properly fit your pack or how to adjust it or how it works, retailers like REI have experts on staff. They're always ready to help fit you, guide you towards purchase decisions. If you decide to go with a smaller cottage company like me, again, this is the Nashville Pack Cutaway. They often provide great resources on their website. Like Nashville Pack has great videos that explain how to size, how to adjust your pack. If all else fails, just reach out to the manufacturer. Any outdoor company is going to be ecstatic to help you ensure you have the right pack fitted in the right way before you hit the trail.
Hello. Hey, if you are sitting there thinking, I want to travel more, I want to go on more adventures, come with me. I host trips around the world. We've been hiking in Patagonia. We went looking for the Northern Lights in Iceland, trekking in Nepal, camping in Banff, Canada, in the Canadian Rockies. We do it all, and we have a real good time. Everyone's welcome. And all the details for any current trips, just click that little bubble up in the top corner or go to my website, jjb.life/travel. And we almost always make at least one group cringy TikTok. So come hang out with us. We're a real good time.
Okay, speaking of discomfort, let's talk hills. One of the best things you can do to train is just walk. But if you can add some sort of incline, even if it's just a minimal amount on a treadmill, that's a really big plus. You don't have to go crazy, but just build up some leg strength and endurance. It can make a really big difference. I would think slow and steady in the beginning, like a warm-up for an actual hike, and just keep incrementally pushing yourself a little steeper and a little steeper. Again, it doesn't have to be insane. The trail will train you. But anything you can do in advance is going to have a positive impact once you're on trail. Next up, hydration. You need to start drinking water consistently. while you're training right now, especially anytime you're moving. Once you're on the trail, on the PCT or any other long distance trail, it's really easy to forget to drink because you may not be as thirsty as you need to be drinking. So if you are going to train in advance, also train yourself to drink water before you're thirsty. If you are thirsty, you're already dehydrated. And in some stretches of the PCT and a lot of desert sections, once you're dehydrated, it's really, really difficult to come back from that. So building a water habit now is really key. Dehydration is not something that you want to deal with miles from a water source. Definitely not for a reason as simple as I forgot to drink water. And this isn't so much training, but don't forget gear practice as well. Setting up your tent, using your stove, knowing where everything goes in your pack. The goal is to feel comfortable and confident with your gear. You're on the trail and relying on it every day to be comfortable and safe. So a little practice in advance will go a long way to make camp life so much smoother. Last and definitely not least is food. Same with water. You're going to be burning a lot of calories and you might not, especially in the beginning, be as hungry as your body needs. So finding snacks and meals that you, number one, enjoy, that are easy to eat on the trail, on the go, and also sit well in your stomach while you're moving is vital. So figure out what works for your stomach now so that there aren't surprises when you hit the trail. Trail food is different, and I highly suggest giving it at least 1 or 2 rounds of going a day or two eating the food you anticipate eating on the trail, so you know how your stomach's going to respond and how that may or may not affect your ability to move down the trail day after day after day. Now, as I said, I did not train at all. That being said, I come from a running background with a base level of fitness. So while I did not train specifically for the PCT, I was trained in general other ways. And even if you are not, you can still start the trail without training. If you are getting ready to start your PCT through hike and you're thinking, dang, I meant to train and I didn't, I don't know if I should do this, you should absolutely do this. The trail will train you. You will be trained simply by walking down the trail every day. That being said, if you have not trained in advance, again, don't fret. It's not the end of the world at all. That being said, you should plan to go slow in the beginning. You have to be careful not to get wrapped up in other people's distances, how far they're going, and you have to take it easy. Injury is the number one reason that people involuntarily have to quit the Pacific Crest Trail. And a big contributor to injury is doing too much too soon. So if you do not train, again, that's okay. That's absolutely fine. A lot of people do not train. That being said, you have to be ready to take it slow in the beginning, or you're going to end up getting an injury that ends your entire through hike. Hopefully this was helpful. You'll notice I did not give you a specific training plan because I am not a trainer, and that would be irresponsible. I'm sure there's great ones that you can find online that have been written by coaches who are trained to coach, or I'm sure you could hire a coach. I know you could hire a coach. I've hired trail and ultra running coaches, and any of them would be a great coach for an endeavor like this. But that is why I have avoided giving you a prescriptive day-by-day training plan. I'm not a trainer. But that being said, hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you're leaving feeling like training for a through hike is not a huge feat. It doesn't have to be as hardcore as some might make it out to be. You even cannot train. I wouldn't suggest it. I would always suggest training in advance. You're going to avoid injury. You're going to have a better time. You're going to be able to move faster, but it is not a reason to not do the trail. It's all about getting comfortable with your pack, building up a little bit of endurance, getting used to your food, your water, knowing your gear. And once those things are all in order, you're going to be ready to hit the trail. The trail will teach you the rest. So start small, get moving, and don't overthink it. The journey begins way before you hit the trailhead, though. So enjoy the planning process, enjoy any training that you may do, and I'll see you out there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all the things. Till next time. Want to watch another video? Click here. Want to learn more about my upcoming trips? Click here. Want to subscribe and like all my videos and turn those bell notifications on?